Good morning and welcome to this course Physics 1. The course is made for undergraduate level BTech students. Myself Gopal Chakraborty, Assistant Professor, Department of Physics, Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management, your subject teacher for this course. You can meet me personally at the college ground floor physics lab, or if you arise me the problem or any doubts at my mail given here. You can also visit my YouTube channel provided in the slide. You can visit the course page at macoutexam.net or macoutwb.ac.in, and also you can find the syllabus is given there. The title of the course is Physics 1. The subject code is BSPH101 and it is under the category of Basic Science course. It has a credit for 3 lectures per week and 1 tutorial per week. The course is made for BTech degree students of first year. So the Department of Computer Science, Civil and Mechanical will going to study the Physics 1 course for this current upcoming odd semester, and the next even semester EC and Electrical Department students will going to study that Physics 1 course. Now today the topic I am going to cover, that is basic of vector calculus in details, dot product, cross product, its physical significance and the corresponding mathematics. This course is under the module 1 mechanics. So to study this course you need some fundamental knowledge of mathematics and the elementary idea of physics. The course objective is to present the fundamental concepts of vector calculus and to develop students' understanding and skill in the topic necessary for its application to science and engineering. And the corresponding course outcomes are: manipulate vector to perform geometrical calculation in 3-dimensional, compute dot product, cross product, length of the vector, or compute partial derivatives, vector valued function, gradient function, etc. So, to discuss the vector calculus in details, I have prepared 3 different videos. One by one, I have illustrated all the details of vector in that videos. So, this is the first video where I have discussed only about the basics of vector, its physical significance, and the dot product and cross product and corresponding application. We will also going to solve some numericals based on that dot product and cross product. So in very beginning you have to know how many types of physical quantities are there. Physical quantities are of 2 types. One is called scalar quantity, another one is called vector quantity. So what is scalar quantity? The physical quantity which has only magnitude, no direction, is called scalar quantity. As like speed, work done, volume, density, mass, etc. Say a work done. Work done means force into displacement. So it has no direction. You don't need to know in which direction the work have to done. You have to apply a force in a particular direction, but due to that application of force, the work done will happen, but it has no direction, but it has a magnitude. So the quantity which has only magnitude is called scalar quantity. And the vector quantity, the physical quantity which has both magnitude and direction, is called vector quantity, as like force, velocity, acceleration, momentum, etc. Say velocity. So it is a displacement by time. So displacement is always in a particular direction. It is the shortest distance between starting point and ending point. So it follows a straight line in a particular direction. That means it has a magnitude and direction also. So this is your vector quantity. Here some representation of vector is given there. A vector is equals to axi cap plus ayj cap plus azk cap, where ax is the magnitude along x direction, where I is the unit vector along the direction of x. Similarly, AY is the magnitude along the direction of y vector, where J is the unit vector along the direction of y, and AZ is the magnitude along the direction of z axis, and K is the unit vector along the direction of z. So this combination of these three will give you the representation of vector A. Similarly, you can write vector B and vector C, which is given here. So when I will going to discuss all these things in details, so we will consider these three vector A, B and C, which can be represented like this. Now lots of different kinds of vector is there. At first, the one is unit vector. So what is unit vector? The vector which is magnitude unity. That means it has a direction but its magnitude is 1. So how can you find a unit vector? So unit vector can be represented by that vector by modulus of that vector. So that means when you divide a vector by that magnitude of that vector, that will give you only the magnitude 1 and with a direction, which makes it a unit vector. Now if we consider a vector as represented earlier, so the unit vector small a cap will be represented like vector A by mod of vector A, where magnitude of that vector A can be found by the formula under root ax square plus ay square plus az square. So small a cap will give you the unit vector along the direction of vector A. So here I, j, k are the orthogonal set of unit vector. Orthogonal set of unit vector means its magnitude is unity but it has a direction, and that angle between this I, j, k are 90 degrees. So each of these three vectors are perpendicular to each other but its magnitude is always 1. So from that we can say that I dot I equals to j dot j equals to k dot k is equals to 1. And any other combination of these three will give you 0. Similarly, the cross product I will discuss in later. I cross I, j cross j, k cross k value is equals to 0, and I cross j will give you k, j cross k will give you I, and k cross I will give you j. So these are the properties of orthogonal set of unit vector I, j and k. Now the second one, that is null vector. Vector which magnitude is 0 is called null vector. So modulus of vector is equal to 0, but it has a direction. So when a vector is called a 0 vector, it can has a arbitrary any direction, but it must has a direction with a 0 magnitude. Next one is proper vector. Vector which has a non-zero magnitude is called proper vector. It means except null vector, all the vectors will be proper vector. Then coplanar vector. Two vectors are said to be coplanar when they are parallel to a same plane. Say here some example is given. Okay, so all these vectors must be lies on a same plane. Two perpendicular vectors, say x vector and y vector, if they are perpendicular to each other, they may be a coplanar vector also if they two, vector A and B, lies in a same plane. Next one, collinear vector. However, when the vectors are parallel or antiparallel to each other or any other line, they are said to be coplanar. It is given in the diagram, you can see. Now came to the most important properties of vector, that is dot product. What is dot product? Mathematically it can be represented as the product of magnitude of two vectors and the cosine of angle between them. See here, as A and B are considered as two vectors where theta is the angle between them. So A dot B will be equals to magnitude of A into magnitude of V and cos of theta. So first of all, you have to know what is the physical significance of dot product and how you are going to calculate the dot product also. So here first I will discuss how we going to calculate the dot product. So in right hand side you can easily find out the magnitude of a and b by this formula as we applied before, that is under root ax square plus ay square plus az square. Similarly also for b. And in the left hand side a dot b, here if you done the simple multiplication you will find some I dot j or I dot k, similar kind of a term. But when you going to find out I dot I, so I dot I means 1 into cos theta, where the theta is 0 degree, as I and I, both these two unit vector are parallel to each other. So that will give you a value 1. When you are going to find out I dot j, as I and j are perpendicular to each other, so 1 into cos 90, so your result will be 0. So in the left hand side, when you are going to calculate a dot b, that will give you the value of the coefficient of I with I plus the coefficient of j with j and plus the coefficient of k with k. So here a dot b equals to ax bx plus ay by plus az bz. Okay, now what is the physical significance of dot product? You can see the magnitude of a in the direction of b, that can be represented by a cos theta. So a dot b can be represented as b into a cos theta. That means it's a product of length of two vectors in a same direction. That is the physical significance of dot product. Now the next one is cross product. The cross product or vector product is a binary operation on two vectors in three-dimensional space, and it's denoted by the symbols. Given two linearly independent vectors, and the cross product is a vector that is perpendicular to both and thus normal to the plane containing them. So what is the meaning of cross product? Say if we consider two vector a and b, the cross product will give you a new vector c, which will be perpendicular to the plane made by vector a and b. So c will be perpendicular to both a and b. Okay, and how will calculate the vector c? That means the cross product of a and b, simply a cross b equals to ab sin theta n cap, which will give you the direction of that new vector which is perpendicular to that plane, and a and b are the magnitude of vector a and vector b. So you have already learned how you will find out the magnitude of vector a and b, I hope. So see the cross product left hand side. So when you are going to calculate the left hand side value, you have to take the determinant of this a and b. So determinant of I j k, here ax, ay, az and bx, by, bz. The formula is given here. By calculating this determination, you can find out the value of vector c. Okay. So the physical significance of cross product, that says that this will give you a new vector which is perpendicular to the plane of both these two vectors, and also it will give you the amount of rotation of that vector also. Okay. Now some of the important formulas are given here, which will help you to solve the mathematics or numerical from this vector chapter. So a dot b equals to always b dot a, but a cross b is not equals to b cross a. R is a positional vector that will be represented by a x I cap, y j cap plus z k cap. So r dot r will give you r square, that will be x square plus y square plus z square. So the magnitude of vector r will be under root x square plus y square plus z square. Here the formula number 5, that is the vector triple product formula, that is a cross b cross c is not equals to a cross b in whole into cross c. So what is the formula of a cross b cross c? That is b a dot c minus c a dot b. Formula 7, that is a dot b cross c equals to b dot c cross a equals to c dot a cross b. So it's a clockwise movement. Okay. Formula 8, that's the formula of dot product, and formula 9, that is the formula of cross product. Okay. Now we are going to solve some numerical over this topic. Now the first problem is here. Calculate the angle between two vectors, that is 2 I cap minus j cap plus k cap and I cap plus j cap plus 3 k cap. So two vector is given here. You are asked to find out the angle between these two vectors. So the procedure is, you have to always understand the procedure, not you need to remember the problem. So first of all, when you are asked to solve this kind of a problem, to find out the angle between two vectors, you always consider the dot product. So a dot b equals to ab cos theta, where a and b are the magnitude of vector a and b. So first of all, you find out the magnitude of vector a and vector b. So here that is already calculated, and you simultaneously find out the a dot b. So a dot b will give you 2 cross 1 minus of 1 cross 1 plus 1 cross 3. As I have discussed before, the coefficient of I with I plus j with j and k with k. So that will give you the angle theta is equals to cos inverse 4 by under root 6 under root 11. So 60.5 degree approx. This is the first problem. Second one, if the vector A 2 I cap minus 3 j cap plus 7 k cap and vector B minus 2 I cap plus j plus k cap, then show A and B are perpendicular to each other. So how I will show that these two vectors will perpendicular to each other? The procedure is, you have to show that angle between these two vectors is 90 degree. So how I will show? If the dot product is value is 0, that means magnitude of A vector is not 0, that is given here. Magnitude of V vector is not also 0. So to satisfy this equation, the cos theta, that value must be 0. Okay, so considering this value, this condition, you find out a dot b equals to ab cos theta, so right hand side equals to 0. So a dot b, calculating this a dot b, that will give you minus 4 minus 3 plus 7 equals to 0, which means cos theta value must be 0. So theta equals to 90 degree. So which proves A and B vector are perpendicular to each other. Now the third problem. Find the value of constant p so that the vector A and vector B and vector C, these three vectors will be coplanar. The formula to be a vector will be a coplanar, that is A dot B cross C will be equals to 0. So first you find out the B cross C value by determination. So and then you take the dot product with A. Okay, here I have done, and after calculating all of these things, that results will be equals to 0. Okay, so we calculate the left hand side value, then we put the condition left hand side equals to 0. From there we calculate minus 6 minus 2p minus 5 plus 6p minus 27 equals to 0, which gives us 4p equals to 38. So p equals to 38 by 4 equals to 9.5. So that is the value of this constant p. Next one, calculate the cross product ABC, where A value is given, B value is given and C value is given. So this is a very simple problem. You can take only the determination of this tree, that will give you the results. Here I have calculated the determinant. Okay, so determinant will give you the result, that is equals to minus of 12. Now another problem, you have to prove that A plus B whole dot third bracket B plus C cross C plus A equals to 2A dot B cross C. So first we started with the left hand side, that will give you A plus B dot, in right hand side of the left hand side equation we illustrate, that is B cross C plus B cross A plus C cross C plus C cross A. So from there you can simply write A dot B cross C plus A dot B cross A plus A dot C cross C plus A dot C cross A plus B dot B cross C plus B dot B cross A plus B dot C cross C plus B dot C cross A. Now A dot B cross A equals to 0. we consider that formula A dot B cross C equals to B dot C cross A. So that will give you A cross A, which equals to 0, because the cross product of similar vector will be always 0, because the angle between these two will be 0 degree. So sin theta of 0 is 0. Okay, similarly A dot C cross C equals to 0 and A dot C cross A equals to 0. So substituting all value, we get 2A dot B cross C, which is equals to right hand side. So hence it is proved. Now the reference books are Vector Analysis by Spiegel, Higher Engineering Mathematics B.X. Grewal, and Vector Calculus is a Krishna publication books. Okay, you can also consult these books for as your reference or to solve more numericals on this vector chapter. So lot of practice will make you confident over this dot product and cross product. So this is the first video of my lecture where I have discussed the very basics of dot product and cross product, and we solved some numericals. So in the next video you will find lots of problem is there, and the next part of vector calculus is discussed there. Now here is the evaluation process of this subject. The total marks is 100, out of which internal examination is for 30 marks and end semester exam will be for 70 marks. So for this 30 marks internal exam, you are prepared 15 marks exam 2 times per semester. Assignment will be for 10 marks and your attendance will be for 5 marks. So this is the whole evaluation process for this subject. Hope all of you have understand today's class. Again, if you have find any problem regarding this vector calculus, dot product or cross product, you can meet me at the given address. Okay. Thank you for again for visiting my YouTube. Okay, the pages are there where all the videos are already uploaded. Okay, so in next class I will discuss the rest part of the vector calculus. Thank you.